What's up, everybody? Here we are with another edition of the Casa Street Fighter Online Local. I'm the Doctor, being joined tonight by a new face to the commentary couch. It is none other than Shadow Ace. Give it up in the chat for Shadow. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well, Doc. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I took a reset day. I took the day off from work. I went hiking in the woods around some nice, beautiful, crystal clear, well, it was actually horribly muddy, dirty, filthy water, but it was nice and calm. So it was a good day.
Well, it's definitely good. That definitely sounds like a good day, and also sounds like a good day for some high level Street Fighter V action that we got going on tonight.
As always, here at the Casa, we do have some big names. Shout outs to all of our regulars: Diego, Metro, Flux Waves, Marvisto, Goof, and Nellbomb even coming out once again tonight. Lots of familiar names in tonight's bracket.
Yeah, a lot of heavy hitters, like you said, plus a lot of maybe actually no. Now I'm looking at the bracket. All of these names are pretty much Casa regulars. Like the only name that would probably stand out would be you. Would probably be like C-Mac, maybe Nellbomb. But I digress. Like I said, I don't never want to sleep on anybody that entered these things. So you just never know.
Yeah, definitely. We were having this conversation last week about how the bar of this tournament has been set. We were comparing it to some of the offline locals that we had previously gone to pre-COVID, and we were like, you know what? This online local is actually way harder than the offline ones. We're able to get consistently solid matches out of our online peeps and make sure that they are doing everything the way it's supposed to. Is my game not giving me
we also see the jump in the amount of players, like as far as like ranks and things of that nature. Pre-COVID, you didn't run into too many grandmasters and high level players of that. Back then, getting the grandmaster was all the rage. Now it's just like it seems like it's a common thing now where you see more of them, because of the circumstances. But just as I say that, we got two grandmasters coming up right now.
Yeah, I think Street Fighter could really benefit from something that we do see in some other online games like Overwatch and League of Legends, where once you do hit that absolute max rank, it actually happens in Hearthstone too. Once you hit that absolute max rank, it then goes into a direct ranking, right? So instead of being like, oh, Grandmaster, and there's 30 of you, you actually get ranked 1 through 30 once you hit that level and start, from there. But why am I not getting game sound? That's super weird. My Street Fighter's bugged. But nope, that's fine. Our first match of the night is going to be Alex Smith versus DelzonFire. And this is a pretty good one. Alex Smith is a pretty strong regular. He's actually made it onto the commentary couch as well. It's so early.
All right, just within 20 seconds, we already got the activation. I already got good cone control too as well from Alex Smith. Find that pressure. Carol's out the DXDP on the wake up. Says Alex Smith, I've seen this show before. And he's going to take that round within 30 seconds. Clean.
Alex Smith is not afraid of DPs. He is willing to let those rip all day. Or, sorry, counter them all day. But, no, yeah, super strong. A parry.
Ultron, of course, is not one of those to be slept on, too, as well. Very, very strong, very complacent Ryu player. Placed very well in a lot of events, so this is definitely we're already starting off with a heavy hitting match. So this is how you know it's gonna be a good costume.
Yeah, I mean,
wow, reaction to
that was pretty crazy, jumping over that EX with the V-trigger fireball.
Okay.
The block DP in the mid screen. Are you kidding me, Alex?
Alex is going all the way in. Reversal EX spin wheel again.
Why do you do it again? How does that happen? How do you get just like?
You gotta make the statement. You gotta make the statement early. You gotta put it out there. It says that, hey, you wanna try to check me for my moves, but you're not gonna check it again if I do it again. Are you? You're just gonna sit there and react to it, probably react to it, but they never see the second one coming. I fully applaud this play style that Alex says. Because it looks like could be possibly in Delzon's head right now.
Yeah, I mean, it can be a little difficult. Juri's also not one of the super played characters, so there is definitely some room to catch people off guard potentially, and not have to, you know, really think about the matchup too much. It does seem like Delzon does have a bit of a hand this time, though. Very far ahead in the round. Good throw tech.
Nothing on the door, but nobody's answering right now. Gets the V reversal to create some space. That's what the fireball's doing.
Yeah, the shadows that we have here in the Casa are pretty solid in their fireball game. Marvisto, Diego, both last week showing off just immaculate fireball games. Now it's Delzon's turn to try and get some through. But I mean,
you see the complete turnaround too as far as Delzon's play. That first game pretty much looks like it may have given him a lot of information about what Alex Smith is willing to risk, and he's reacting to it accordingly.
Yeah, we haven't really seen too many big swings from Alex since that first game. You know, right now he is playing a bit more casual back, you know, trying to get the most out of it. He's just getting exploded on these jump-ins.
And look how early he already has the V trigger because of those counter hits he was getting.
He's gonna get an activation. Doesn't get the activation. He didn't get the link. He is going to get a full combo here, though.
Oh, no. But just hit him back a little too far for that to reach.
The double fireball. EX buffer. Going to be coming through there and secures a game here. So we are going to game 3 between these two after both games actually looking super one-sided, just in opposite factions.
I feel like Delzon is a little bit in more control. I would say this within the set between these two. Only reason why I say that because he's starting to establish his fireball game, his presence, and Alex is just dashing in and pretty much taking a lot of damage. Just as you see right there, starts the round off with a jump. Delzon was already ready.
Delzon much more patient in these rounds so far, you know, really making sure that it's Alex who's making the first move, and Delzon just has to play reactively at that point. He doesn't have to be worried about what the opponent's going to do because he's already waiting to see what you're doing and then can respond in his own way. And I mean, looking at these health bars for the last 3 rounds or so, you can see how effective it's been.
Throw reversals to get off. Gonna do Delzon with the patience. Wow, that point blank EX.
No punish on the raw Tatsu, and Alex Smith going down super low. Once again gets anti-aired by that high heel kick.
Same boy, the same anti-air he used previously too as well to sit Alex down, but I don't think that's gonna perturb him from jumping. He looks like he's been taken to the skies a lot during this set.
Yeah, I think he's struggling to try and get through these random fireballs Delzon's been throwing out. Now we're just seeing Delzon just bully Alex with these normals, not even worrying about too much. Now we're going to get the activation from Alex, spending a lot of resources here trying to get anything, and only gets a back throw.
The parry reaction.
Oh my and God, the shimmy! Oh no!
Delzon, please.
You win.
Yeah, Delzon completely.
That was quite a turnaround.
He completely turned those last 2 rounds around. Just super strong showing there from him, making sure that he is able to have every advantage possible.
Oh, man, definitely. Delzon is, again, one of those names, one of those veteran names you actually see in these brackets out here, and a veteran to the Casa too as well. So with that performance, it's not too much of a shocker because if you're not used to seeing Delzon play, it may look like an amazing spectacle, but for people who are used to seeing Delzon play, it's like, oh, this is just a Friday, this is just a Tuesday, or this is just a Saturday. We're used to seeing Delzon, doing amazing reactions and having really good composure with his Ryu. A character that just not on everyone's radar. Not really. A lot of people have him placed low on the tier list, and it's not a character that's such a threat in the high meta of the game, but nonetheless, Delzon putting in work with the Ryu and moving on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how effective the few Ryu players can be. We do see them placing consistently well in these online tournaments. Delzon obviously taking part in the Street Fighter Monday Night Locals, doing pretty well, finding himself, up in the higher echelons there, fighting some, you know, other known names like Metro M and stuff like that. And then when you look at Casa specifically, you know, the pretty consistent Shotos, we got Diego on his Ken, and we got Marvisto for his Pocket Ryu, and both of them do exceptionally well here. And it's just really fun to see people take these I don't want to say unexplored because the game's been out for like 6 years, you know, but it's I don't know, they're characters you don't see a ton in tournament play, and yet you can see them come in and actually do work with it.
Right. These characters, and especially in events like these where there's so many that go on, you know, you get to see these types of characters in competitive environments, whereas offline, it may not be too common. You may see a sprinkle of every character here and there, but you're seeing them more online. So this kind of makes players take that second look and, you know, rethink things as far as, okay, maybe this character can, you know, actually do something. You know, maybe I should actually go to the lab and figure out what I can do against this, because they can catch you off guard. Like a lot of characters that are on the bottom echelon of the totem pole, you know, they can catch you know, players off guard if they're not used to the matchup.
Speaking of matchups, Kolin versus Bison here. That's a big, heavy swinging matchup that we got coming our way right now. Both of them really looking to just swang and make sure that they get those big crush counters. And right off the bat, it happens.
I'm gonna go ahead and catch up with you in a moment. I just know a fierce button was being pressed.
Oh, another huge crush counter coming out from Zeren. Actually tries to throw too early. He gets back going for his troubles. Gets the stun off the EX scissor kick though. Not quite enough to kill. Needs one more hit and chases down the jump back and secures round one, excuse me.
ZerenNero's off command and lead right now. Hardman is this looks like this is hard for Hardman right now because just not getting anything going against Zero. Earns in full control, has good corner pressure and conditioning. Try to jump back to the anti-air, but Hardman managed to pick up the spare to knock down with the hands. Nice. That was actually pretty good. A good check. He jumped low.
Does get the slide activate though, and we saw this not actually happen last round because of how fast Nero was able to win. Does get dodged out on? Was that a normal throw or was that the command throw? I'm actually not sure because it looked like more sweeping than his regular throw.
Yeah, that was the command throw. Yeah, so there's the activation. He gets it right now. I was expecting Hardman to get a parry in on that EX stomp, but he just tried to challenge it for some reason. But he could pick up the game right here, and he does. Hardman staying alive, fighting back.
Not needing the parry just yet, just some cross-up action with that trigger ability. We do see him once again on the defense though, holding it down back. Doesn't really have too much to fear from Bison at that stage. There's a nice little parry.
Okay. Take that. Another pushing back to the corner, but ZerenNero says he will not be contained into the corner. He is Bison. Fear my buttons. Oh, the EX scissor.
Oh, big crush counter. Checking the dash up after the trigger activation. Gonna be good damage here. Goes for the same side. No connection just yet. Does have to hold the potential command grab. Oh no, jumps onto the orb.
Back up here, keeps it slow. Players in a good contingent spot right now. We'll have a round apiece, but this is big of whoever gets it though. Have that momentum riding into the next set.
Hardman doesn't have any trigger left. Meanwhile, Nero has just a bit. Will have to hold 2 EX bars though. Does have his own. The overhead connects, but it's not enough.
Alive though.
That was
oh no!
That was
reversal from Kolin? Why?
That was super late too.
Could have had something much bigger. The dash up against Bison?
Oh
my god! Yo, he tried it again! Yo, what is happening right now?
Is Hardman a Laura player? Just going for these overheads? Oh,
okay, the roll sweep. ZerenNero's gonna take it. What a scramble! My God.
6 seconds left on that clock. So difficult to play at that stage because you know the game's on the line. Any hit will do it, and you can see Hardman really reaching for those overheads to connect. But the problem is you already landed one round, and you really only get one, per game. After that, you really need to work for those hits.
But we know that Hardman wasn't really playing defensive in that. He was just trying to find some hit to open up Zeren, and Zeren just simply slid his way into the next game here. But since I say that, the same sequence with the empty jump low. Here comes Hardman.
Big damage. Still holding down back though. Gonna get out with a slide. No trigger activation. Now gonna activate the reversal into combo? I don't know. Alright. Should have spent it.
Really gotta spend the cash. Sometimes it's good to save and invest to the next,
Yeah. Does come into the round with basically 2 EX bars. Will quickly, finish out that last little bit. There it is. Spent it anyway. Actually spent both bars of meter to get near him to the corner, but you're Bison. You're getting out there. You are not having your back to the wall.
Something a little cheap. Didn't back throw into the corner. Sure about that.
I think the normal throw would have been the call because you don't know which side they're going to end up on, so you don't necessarily want to whip your back there. Oh, okay, that was ridiculous. Man.
That was ridiculous. Okay, Zeren.
I love seeing those EX Psycho Flame mix-up combos because it's so funny to watch people just get blown up from behind like that. Dashes through the fireball there.
Nothing little shimmy game. Wow, that was the apex of that too. That hit.
Oh!
Clearly put pressure. Oh, here comes Zeren. Zeren's putting his foot on the gas right now.
Gonna get back into the corner. Big crush counter again. Well, he needs one more hit for stun.
Sequence. Try to go low. Good spot. Stays. Activation from Zeren.
Get this in your kick again.
You know some sort of V trigger too is coming. Yeah.
Good backdash and dodge out on the throw though.
Both players about the same life. Try to confirm.
Is that dead? Oh, it's not dead.
Oh, that's it.
That's gonna be Nero taking it 2-0 over Hardman.
Hardman toward the end tried to make the hard read, but it just didn't go according to the will.
Sometimes it doesn't quite come together the way you would like, but does stay alive though. We do still have the losers bracket there down in the basement. Hardman's gonna find himself up against we actually don't know his opponent just yet, but it is that time, guys. Take a look at the chat. You will be seeing people typing !Matcherino. Do go ahead and follow that link to both our Casa Grand Blue versus online and our Street Fighter online, and you can go ahead and use the codes Casa GBVS14 and Casa SFV14 in their corresponding Matcherino. The Grand Blue tournament might be over, but the opportunity to contribute to that pot is not. You can go ahead, follow the link, use your activation code, go ahead and click some of those sponsor quests as well. There are surveys, follow quests, retweet quests. Sometimes you just even have to visit a website, as simple as that. All of those do contribute to the pots here and help out the players that you have been watching all night long put on these spectacular showings. We do also have the Casa Bunch Teespring, so you can pick up some sweet swag for yourself. We have the beach tote for those of you who like going outside in the sun. We have tank tops and socks and things for those who are much more normal and like to stay inside and just grind out that Street Fighter. We do have things like phone cases and t-shirts, hoodies, shorts. I'm still trying to get Bunch on the underwear train. He's very, very resistant, but one day we will get that through. Also want to go give a huge shout out to some of our friends at the Ronin Rumble squad, the Team Spooky squad, obviously RSF Street Fighter tournament. I think I double negative that. It's like ATM machine, you know. But yeah, definitely shout outs to them. They have some fantastic tournaments themselves. RSF just put out a podcast again this week too, so go show Joe Monday some love for that. One of the most top tier FGC podcasts there are. Very eclectic, very wide range of guests. So go ahead and support that on all of your podcast streaming services. I think all of them. I'm not a podcaster, so I don't know which ones really are. I just use Spotify. And then for those of you who do want to support the Casa more directly, we do also have the Patreon. We do have different tiers and things like that. So those of you who do want to support the staff here directly can contribute to that. Even as little as $1 helps us go a long way. And we do love to continue putting on these shows for you guys, doing everything that we like to do. Everybody behind the scenes, we have everybody in their perfect roles. Good old Landlord Bunch is super good about putting people where they need to be. So shout outs to him. And shout outs to all of you in the chat. Right now we got 20 of you chatting it up, talking it up, watching the show. Love to see it. Shout outs to KO for being the production man, as always, with those top tier transitions.
Perfect segues. That's give it a 100 out of 10. You know, it just has to surpass 10. Beautiful seamless transitions on those segues. Right there, of course. You know, you mentioned getting the official Casa underwear.
I'm trying. You know, if we can just get like a MeUndies sponsorship, that'd be pretty OD. Maybe whoever Ninja puts his underwear through. I'm not sure what that production it looks like, but I definitely think that we should be able to get some nice underwear with the Casa logo printed on front, back, whichever one you would like. Maybe just get like little tiny ones like throughout the whole piece, like when you accidentally put your computer background on that one that just like tiles it. Is it just tile? Is that what it's called? Let's find out. There's fit, stretch, tile. Yeah, tile. Right now my background actually fits my computer, so I don't have to worry about that. But we do have our next set of players in our lobby, though, and it is going to be Wolfgang versus Metro M. Shout out to Wolfgang. It is his first on-stream Casa match tonight, so definitely give him some love. Make sure he lets you know you're in his corner, because he is facing off against the Vega and a Master in Metro M.
Definitely. Oh, see, look at that small world. Of course, these two players are from the same regional area, so they have experience with each other, but both ultimate grandmasters in their respective titles. And both, this is definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Blanka versus Vega for sure. Not that common that you would see it, but this is only the action that you can catch live at the Casa right now. So let's see what the flavor is for these two gentlemen or how they're going to approach. You know, especially it's different when you have the experience, you know, playing against somebody so often, because they know your habits and they know your tendencies. So they're able to capitalize off of that. So it's kind of difficult in a way to readjust your game plan when they kind of already in your headspace and knowing what you're willing to do. But, you know, matchup experience does change on the daily. So we'll see how this one goes here.
Man, Blanka really does have some of the most ridiculous costumes. I really can't come up with anything else about the character. It's just so silly coming in like a full pajama suit and still just decking people like we're seeing here.
To the corner here. He's in his pajamas.
If you were to wear a full pajama set, would you wear the hat too? Or do you take that off when you're trying to sleep?
I would take the hat off. I think the hat would probably like get itchy or something.
That's a good point. Although if your hair is as long as Blanka's, I feel like you've come up with some anti-dandruff tech, because otherwise you're toast.
Wolfgang right now trying to prevent from becoming toast. Oh, the dance of death into the overhead Metro M.
Metro so well versed in the Vega tools. Does get the main grabbed off round start though. That's a bit of a toughie. Oh no.
Ooh, wow, the chase down, the hop up ball, yo. Okay.
Oh, cross up into back throw. Okay, into forward throw. One more for stun. Tries to get the overhead. Actually, I think he did get the overhead. It just didn't stun, which is odd.
I think he got the 2 hits. I think he just got the later part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, split. Alright, what is that? Try to go for the hard command grab. He was able to backdash, gets the reset for the grab. Yo, Wolfgang. Stop. See, this is what I'm talking about. You're so used to, like, when you play against another player, they're like kind of used to their tendencies or habits. You kind of feel it out. Because it looked like Wolfgang may have already known that Metro was going to go for that. And he just reacted to it.
Oh, that slide could have been dangerous if Metro had pushed a faster button. Might have been able to get something out of it. Does get the cross up as well. That's a lot of damage.
Trying to establish his game. Does get it. This electricity.
Oh, punished. Okay.
Get the anti-air. Who tried to walk up something?
I think Wolfgang's trying to beat out those air dives because there's so much time on the other side. There's no way he's getting it. It's just not possible.
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. That was definitely a setup for Wolfgang. He spaced it out just on time for the recovery for Vega to stand up, and he was able to confirm to the short and get the full extension for the combo. Wow. That was definitely time.
Yeah, he's able to close out game 1. 2 is going to find himself up 1-0 over Metro right now. He's going to be going to try and close this out pretty quickly, which I think would be super interesting because, you know, we always love seeing Blanka players here at the Casa, making sure they get to do all these silly Blanka things. But Metro's solid resident here, always showing up, always putting in the work.
Looking to continue that path of victory here if he's able to. His Metro M can answer back though. Tries to go for the Buster Claw, nothing on it. Oof.
Yeah, it seems like Metro's kind of resolved to a more potent game in this regard. We are seeing a nice little combo here, but overall he doesn't seem to be getting very long extensions against the Blanka. You know, just little chip damage here or there, whereas then we get stuff like this from Blanka and it just feels never ending.
The party truly doesn't start until that V trigger is activated, does it?
Oh, that's dead.
That's it.
So one more round for Wolfgang will put him through over Metro.
And it's just, it's like art. It's like watching mobile art. See Wolfgang get his maul on going, and Metro M trying to figure out a way to stay alive in this set, but it looks like Wolfgang just pushing on the gas button.
Damn, he actually got a link after trading the airball as well with that slide there. It's actually kind of funny. Oh, good anti-air. Big damage there for Metro. Keeps it going. Still has trigger activation available.
Oh, wow, reacted to the EX wall time? That was ridiculous.
There's no way that was a reaction. That had to have been just him balling it up. That's tough to see. I wish Metro had been able to get something more out of the trigger activation other than just using it to make slides safe. He ends up taking the round anyway, but I don't know. It's tough watching, you know, just slide activate from Vega because that's all you can do.
Right. Then when you see a character like Blanka slide activate, you know it's kind of like really play.
Yeah, you have to guess at that point, 50-50s and 50-50s. It's tough, but it. Alright, so we're gonna get a V reversal from Metro early on. Does have another one available. But I have to imagine at this point, he saves it, right?
Oh, I mean, it's good on Wolfgang for making him spend it. You know, the more V reversals he spends, the less he has to deal with any potential possible comeback setup. But I don't think he might need it. Oh wait, no. It's too soon.
The anti-air messes up the stun combo.
Press the button. He's not good.
One more chance. Uses the trigger activation to stay safe. Everybody surviving on a pixel. No!
Oh, yo!
Metro.
God.
Metro tried to go for that overhead again one more time. It worked game one, had to work here, and it just simply did not. Gets the Blanka ball through, and that's Wolfgang going 2-0 over Metro M.
That was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. There was like a couple of sequences where he did activation, like Wolfgang did activation, but then like on the knockdown, he'll do backflip, and then he did Blanka ball to stay on the other side, and that kind of like mixed up Metro M, so he was able to get the low confirmed and get the combo for the kill. And it's certain situations like that, if you put your opponent in, it's very tough for them to kind of like react to something like that, because that's something that has to be practiced in lab. You know, these mix-ups with V2 Blanka is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's a lot of work that you have to put in and putting your opponent in as far as guessing, and it's just something you have to lab. You know, it's just something you got to put your opponent through the paces of, do they know how to react to this? If they don't know how to react to this, then I'm able to do it, and I can keep going with it. And as we saw there, Wolfgang was in really good control. Metro M was trying to fire back, trying to react, but Wolfgang was just ready on every turn. He just didn't let go of the gas at all. He just kept the momentum going. And when you're playing that heavy offensive style, that can, that can sort of be a mind block for your opponent, because they're thinking of ways to counter you, but you're just sitting there. You're just sitting there blocking. You're sitting there guessing. You're trying to figure out when it's your turn to press a button, and before it's too late, the round is over.
And that's kind of something that you see a lot with people that are in the same region that do play consistently, because it's tough. Like, you think of how the matchup's supposed to be played, but now you also have to think about how, the other opponent knows how the matchup's supposed to be played as well, and what adaptations you make to play the matchup the way it's supposed to be played, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So it's just everybody knowing how it's supposed to be played, and it's just not. And so now our matchup here, if you saw the names there, it may have looked like Moons versus Nellbomb. That's incorrect. It's actually Marvisto playing on Moon's account. Those good old Long Island boys always throwing us for a loop.
The mix-up is definitely real. I
like Delzon in the chat thinking will get us nowhere. It's true. Just play Street Fighter. Let the fingers do all the work. Don't think about it. Head small, brain empty. Just win, forehead.
That's what you need. Sometimes if you play against somebody like that just goes at 1,000 miles per hour, it can frustrate you, because you're used to playing like a controlled style. So not only do you have to adjust to them, but you have to readjust your game plan. So it's kind of can get frustrating. But as we saw, we'll see what happens in this matchup. One of the Long Island boys, I don't know which account it is. Every time I see one, I just random select. Like, which one am I going to play today?
Yeah, it's definitely, once you get into the game, you're like, oh wait, I have to play against Honda? Man, this is not what I prepared mentally for. You're sitting there thinking you're going to be playing the Cody or, the Ken, and all of a sudden you got to deal with Honda, all of his shenanigans, big crush counters like that. You don't want to deal with that. This is just not looking good in any sense of the words for Nellbomb. And it's tough because we don't really have any Honda players in Boston either. So I don't know what type of experience he has with the matchup.
For the head, but yeah, willing to take that. He's always rocking the turtle Kappa costume. Go.
And this is a matchup that we've actually seen quite a bit of when Child actually enters our bracket, because obviously Child's very good, and so he will make it deep into the bracket to play against Marvisto almost every time. And so we've seen Marvisto go into this type of matchup. We've seen Child try and, you know, burst his way through it. And the way Child plays, he uses a lot of overheads. And we're seeing right now from Nellbomb a very different playstyle. You know, he is opting into that trigger 1, skill 2. Sorry, I got that mixed up. Skill 1, trigger 2. But he's actually dead without a chance to activate, so it doesn't matter. Okay then.
You finish the act before you finish the explanation. It's already done. Yeah.
Oh man, Nellbomb.
Yeah, like you said, it's two different play styles, two different approaches to the matchup. So you think because of the way Chow uses Balrog, and because of the way Mill uses Balrog, I think it's more aligned of he struggles less if he's fighting Nellbomb. He struggles less. If he feels like he's more comfortable. Whereas if he's playing a Child, he has to, sort of caution himself and be careful. But now, it just looks like he's able to just do what he wants. But just as I say that, I'm gonna say this curse is Nellbomb's right now making some offensive pressure going.
Yeah, Nellbomb's playing very safe. Gets stuffed on his rush punch there. But he's playing a very safe Balrog, not trying to overextend too much. He's just losing a lot of these trades. With both of them being charged characters, you both see them backing up a lot. And I feel like Honda just gets more out of that scenario than the Balrog gets. Because right there, we even saw the rush punch get stuffed by the headbutt. So it's like, if they're both charging and both use the same exact buttons, Balrog's going to lose.
Look at all the pressure that
see?
Oh, you just see his bit. You just see all of that damage, all of that chip, just from hands in the corner.
Yeah, and then they trade rush punch for headbutt, and Honda wins. It's just, what do you do as boxer here? You have to somehow out neutral him, which we're seeing right now from Nellbomb. He's doing a fantastic job there. He is getting the stun, but he doesn't have enough to kill.
Try to go for a shimmy attempt. Visto grabs him out. Here comes Visto. Pixel comeback. Okay, it's not gonna happen this one. But he does start off with 2 bars though, so he does have some EX hands away against Neil, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's tough for Nellbomb because he's not getting the same start he had. He's not getting the defensive side of the matchup, and with how quickly he's been burning these V reversals just to try and stay in the matchup, he's not getting the opportunity for these trigger comebacks. He has to earn it in the neutral.
Getting the opportunity to close the set out right now. There's the overhead. Tries to go for the Child special, the double dance.
Oh no, there's CA available for Marvisto. He could.
He believes.
It actually looked like Marvisto tried to headbutt too. The hands came up in the X, and then all of a sudden the punch came through. So that was good on Nellbomb. That was a great adjustment, much more offensive style Balrog that time. So he needs to keep that up if he wants to stay alive.
Oh, you see it? We're right now seeing the adjustments from Nellbomb. He looks like he's getting more comfortable. He's getting into his groove. He's not letting the hand slow him down. He said, I don't care how bad people think this matchup is or how bad the matchup is. I'm going to play what I play and not have to deal with it. So we just saw the 2 turns. Oh, here comes Marvisto though. He said he's not having none of that.
Oh no, punishes the V reversal. He's just hands all day. He knows that Nellbomb doesn't have an answer to the hands, other than V reversal, which then gets punished. So it's, yep, watch the V reversal, goes into low kick and hands.
He tried.
It's every time.
For a defensive option.
Like, Nellbomb was just so back to the wall there, had no way out, no opportunity to do anything. Oh, no.
That's straight, though. He hit some 3 in a row, gets the grab.
It's a nice little low sequence.
Okay. Okay, there's a Nellbomb. He wants to keep the pressure going. He wants to.
Oh, no.
But sides with this.
I like that decision from Marvisto. Knows that having all of this space behind him only benefits him.
I haven't seen him really go for any command grab hooks as of yet. But nonetheless, Nellbomb. Right back. Answer both players sitting on 7 point. Right now, let's see who is going to make it. Who's going to go swimming with the Sharks in the early here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Marvisto. All right, I think Marvisto just wins now. We do finally see him go for that EX main grab, gets whiffed on, but now Nellbomb's going back to that very defensive state, fishing for, a rush punch, trying to get something going, and Marvisto's not concerned.
Just trying his best. Oh, no reaction to that heavy. No reaction.
Oh, he checks the dash forward. Marvisto going to take a 2-1 over Nellbomb and finds himself with a nice little top 16 berth going up against ZonkMuscle.
This is that match is going to be pretty interesting because once again, one of the Long Island boys will have to go up against a Cody, but we already know it's Marvisto. But I just like saying it. It can be moved.
So Carlton Banks versus the Ken specialist DiegoV, under the same account though. So big ups to him to not leaving the lobby, knowing that he is up next on the next on deck.
Want to get some Ken. Let's see. All right. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching Casa Street Fighter 5 weeklies on Fridays. We hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and throw a follow. Throw a like to the channel. If you like the content that you're seeing right now, you're enjoying the matches, you're enjoying the good company that the show's being put on here, go ahead and hit that follow button. Also, don't forget the Matcherino information. Hit that exclamation mark, get the Matcherino information going to donate some money to the pot for the players tonight who are putting on these amazing matches for you guys. And this is only just the beginning. So we are dwindling down to our top 16, but in the end time, intern, go ahead and donate that 50 cents to the pot with the free promo code. And if you want to donate any more than that, definitely would be appreciated for the players.
You can also pick up some of that sweet Matcherino merch as well to contribute to the pod. It isn't just the sponsor quests there. You do have the opportunity to get yourself some stuff while also contributing to the pod. It's the best of both worlds. You get some sweet swag and you help our players out in their wallet. Thank you for watching.
So let's see. So next up, it looks like we'll have the tail of the tape is going to be DiegoV and Carlton Banks. Let's see, Ken versus Birdie.
That's interesting. So Diego is known for two things: his nutty fireball game and his nutty ground game. And I feel like Birdie wins the ground game. Like, I feel like just having those big, meaty claws swinging out everywhere is very difficult for the Ken to deal with. And so I think Diego's probably going to resort to a more fireball-heavy game this time.
And that's going to stop him from doing his tatsus?
No, probably not.
Take a shot for every Tatsu that you see. Yeah.
I
But we,
advise not
yeah.
doing against that because alcohol
Oh, we
poisoning is
can't do
very expensive. And so this is kind of what I expected. You know, lots of fireballs coming out from Diego, really forcing Carlton to back against the wall, trying to get something done. And as soon as he tries to, you know, dolphin out of the corner, he gets kicked in the face. This is pretty standard stuff from Diego.
All right.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just the denial of buttons for Diego.
Okay, nice. Troll there. But Carlton Banks has the activation, chooses the activation. Yes, he does.
They'll spin
However,
2 bars too. That is DiegoV on Moon's account. They love sharing consoles and accounts. And there's your Tatsu. All right, so we're at 1 shot.
Well, yeah, we're at 1 right now. You know, just a little light teaser.
But yeah, alcohol poisoning in the States, it's very expensive, just like the rest of our healthcare. So I generally advise against not that. Anything but that.
Do not play the Tatsu game with DiegoV, please. We do not advise that. There's a fireball game. You said, so you called it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough. I feel like if you were to try and just like brawl it out with the Birdie, like yes, his buttons are kind of slow, but he does have that nice little medium punch just to, you know, cheese stuff out. You know, banana, I don't think it's going to get too much. Something I think would be actually very interesting to see from Carlton that probably won't just because of how niche it is getting a skill 2, right, on the Birdie, having that bubblegum opportunity to try and block out some of these fireballs. It could potentially open up a new avenue, but it's so niche that I don't think he would be well versed with that skill.
It's not too common pick for Birdie players to go with the V skill 2. There's obviously tech with it, but there's just too much of a comfort factor with getting setups off with the banana.
Yeah, but I mean, look,
so
it's just dashes away, throws fireballs, backs up, throws fireballs.
Where's the Tatsu? Oh, no Tatsu. All right.
Doesn't need it. Gets the cross up, jump in. Who needs Tatsus? I got fireballs and cross ups.
So, they will be taking that. It's gonna be really awkward if they have to meet in bracket. I wonder even has that ever happened? Have they ever met like Diego had to play Moon?
So there is a plan in place for when it happens, but I don't believe it's happened yet. We actually had Itachi's Legacy last week almost run the OCV against everybody in the house, which was kind of sick. But yeah, I mean, they've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and they've never once met each other in bracket, surprisingly. And there's like 4.
There's a Long Island contingency plan.
Yeah. Yeah. We've made the plans. We haven't needed it yet. It's like our underground bunker, just waiting for, you know, in case of emergency. But you know, Lord Bunch has things on the brain. He's aware. Shout out.
Around almost 50 sessions. Yeah.
Oh.
Now.
Shout out to Dom with the raid coming over from the Casa Bunch GBVS tournament. Shout out to all the players over there as well. Alright, activation. Oh no.
Oh, they have dashed up 1 too many times.
Just gonna get back thrown round. Set point now for DiegoV.
Probably the Banks can sort of shake that off. I don't think I've seen him yet. Bullhead the fireballs as of yet.
He didn't.
Looks like he just has it.
He didn't
still
game 1. Yeah, hasn't really done it since then. Has been more willing to play the fireball game as much as Birdie can. Actually has a lead this round though, which is pretty surprising.
Ooh, trying to react to the EX tied to DiegoV.
Much
Fireballs.
slower.
Let's just keep it.
Yeah, it's another slow round coming out, 50 seconds on the board. Carlton with a slight lead, or he had a lead. It's pretty tight. I think he's behind. Now he's definitely behind.
He got 4 resets though. He could definitely do it. And this could be the start of it right now. But he has to make the most of it from the knockdown. There's the can. What you do with it though?
Just EX Dolphins. I think he did. I think he tried. He EX something, and it didn't work out. And it's Tatsu from Diego. Closeouts the set 2-0 over Carlton Bank.
Up to DiegoV for moving on. The Long Island boys looking really good right now, you know. So we'll see. But Carlton Banks, I believe that was winners. So that's not out of it just yet, but he will have to take the trip down to the shark-infested lower half of the bracket, where there are plenty of players waiting to feed off of the scraps to move forward into the tournament. For those who are just joining in, thank you guys so much for doing that and checking out the Casa. We're live and direct here with Street Fighter 5. I believe Grand Blue just finished over on Dom Stream. Damn it, Dom Stream. So if you guys are coming over from that, we do appreciate you for watching the Street Fighter 5 action here.
And so looking at our bracket, you can do ! bracket in the chat if you want to follow along at home. We do have the winners side of our top 16 decided. We do have Flux Waves versus DelzonFire, Wolfgang versus DiegoV, Marvisto versus ZonkMuscle, and then Spaceboy versus Alex ... Everybody there fighting for their own winners side top 8 berth. So that's some pretty heavy competition there. That's a tough way to find yourself.
Oh man, look at the names that are in the top 16 from the winner side. You have 2 Blankas. You got 2 Blankas. You got a Cody. You got Sakura. You have a Ken. You have a Poison. Mika. You know, a Nod. You have a Ryu. So a lot of good representation here within the top 16 on winners side. So
every single one's a different character. So there's 8 players on winner side, and there's 8 different characters, right? No, you said 2 Blankas.
Yeah, 2 Blankas. Yeah.
All right, so 7 characters out of 8.
Yep, that's still really good though. You know, we don't have any Urians. You know, we don't have any of the high meta characters.
Yeah, that's actually super odd because I remember when Casa first started, we were like Urian City. We had so many, and now they're dodging us. Like all the Urians got scared of the Shotos, and so they're dodging us. They're full. The Urians are full, is what production is telling us.
Yeah, I'll get on the mic for this. Yeah, they're pretty full right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been eating. You know. Shout out to the Capcom buffs.
We'll see. We gotta see if season 5 is gonna treat everybody good, or see what happens with that big new mechanic. Actually, let me ask you that, Doc. Let me ask you that. What do you think the new mechanic is?
So, I was talking to Brad Masters about it, one of the other commentators here, and I think it's just gonna be CA2. I don't see too much of a world. It's probably just going to be a new CA for the cast, which Brad's argument was that maybe not, because what does that actually bring to the game, right? Like, it's the same thing that Triggers brought, which generally was a lot of people didn't actually care. They didn't need the second trigger. Some of them were subpar, some of them were better than the trigger ones. You were forced to use it, so the CAs would potentially be the same thing, but then you also have to think of how CAs are used in Street Fighter, and they're not like combo, extenders. They're literally just cash out a bunch of damage and move on with your life. So they don't really do too much. I really don't know.
It's a good gamble. A lot of guesses are out there right now on what the new mechanic could possibly be. I think it has probably something to do with like V reversal, like I've been not V reversal 2 or anything like that, But I think if you you can like V cancel or something like that. I'm pretty sure there's been like some V cancel stuff where you could cancel and could continue a combo. It's kind of like focus attack cancel from Street Fighter 4. That would be called like V cancel, where you could like cancel the middle of your attack and like continue a combo or something like that.
That'd be kind of crazy. That would open up a lot of new routes, which leads me to believe it wouldn't be that. Like that would just completely change the whole game.
Because the only reason I say that is because of the Akira. Because you know, like you read, if anybody was catching up on the Akira news, they in the teaser for the character, they were just saying how they're gonna bring her gimmicks over. There's gonna be some new mechanics with her and stuff like that. And if you're not familiar with Rival Schools, that's pretty much it's like a tag game. So it has like air combos and like defensive, counter mechanics and stuff like that. So I was thinking that Akira could possibly be like one of the characters that can like do a launcher.
Do you think they would add that mechanic in so much sooner than the character? Because the new mechanic's in like 2 months, and Akira is not for like a year and a half.
Oh man, that is. Well, they said it was. I guess if the way they worded it, it was like it was unique to her. To her specifically, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. We know that Oro is going to bring the turtle. Something is going to be involved with his turtle, maybe his V skill or something. Apparently, he fights with the turtle. So it's going to be a pretty interesting take. I think these characters will be a good refresher for the game. Plus, with all the changes and the new mechanic, so we'll see. I'm glad that the game does get at least one more year under its belt. So many people were so quick to up to Street Fighter 6, but I think one more year would be sort of good for the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, COVID pandemic kind of ruined a lot of plans for everybody. Not just us little folks, big companies too ended up taking an L on a lot of stuff. But I mean, a lot of people right now are loving Street Fighter 5 Season 5. They're loving all of the interactions coming on. So for those people who do enjoy the game, to be able to get more out of it really is a blessing in that sense.
Just as we're blessed to see this next match here. One of our first matches in top 16 for Winters right now. Looks like, yeah, the ZonkMuscle going its moves. Of course, you have the real moves in the background, probably giving information and insight on what he should be doing. Marvisto should be doing in this matchup. Possibly.
Yeah. But Marvisto's probably super versed in this matchup. Because it is so uncommon in a way that you really need to take all of the practice you can get from your local partners. And when he has, a super strong Cody sitting right next to him, it makes sense that he would take as much from that as he can.
So yeah, like you said, definitely has experience under his belt. Character could do and cannot do, and he's just going to take advantage of that knowledge and apply that. But we'll see if ZonkMuscle can sort of shake that off and get in there. I'm not sure how much Honda experience he has, but we'll see.
He's giving Marvisto a lot of room to breathe. Marvisto is able to just keep, moving backwards, keeping that charge ready. Gonna get a big crush counter as soon as, Zonk tries to get in, and he's gonna finish up the game with another command throw.
See that slow micro walk into the EX grab? He already had it conditioned that he was just gonna do it because he saw that ZonkMuscle was just playing defensively at that point, waiting for him to react. So he just slowly walked up and just did the EX command grab. I fully respect the decision.
Yeah, I definitely think you need to be much more aggressive on your gameplay into Honda. He does have these big damaging buttons, and he's obviously going to have the headbutt, to try and get out of situations. But if you're not forcing him to block, he's more than happy to just charge up, the skill and headbutt you into oblivion. And, when you slowly walk up, he's fishing for these crush counters with that big leg there.
Gets a good confirm. Still hands pressure though. Didn't get the extension off of that. 2 counter hits, so he might get forward swinging. Oh, anti-air.
Yeah, now that we do have the trigger activation for ZonkMuscle, he's going to have to get something out of it, whether it's a command grab combo, setting up with the rock. He needs something, because Marvisto's slowly whittling him down, making sure that he's, you know, on the losing end of just about everything. That's what I'm talking about.
Here you go. There's the rock. Attack, man. Oh, that's it.
He's dead. Super. Yeah. And just like that.
That's good awareness from Moons though. Oh my God, Marvisto. See, these names throwing me off right now. Long Island boys, please. Right.
Another good
Marvisto.
Another good start coming out from ZonkMuscle. Marvisto doesn't like being in the corner, and you'll see how often he back throws his way out of it, and then he'll play the long game, all this room to the back of him. And so when we see ZonkMuscle finally able to get him out the corner, you know, he's trying to get something going, and Marvisto's willing, ready, and able to just jump out of it.
Good reaction though from Marvisto though. Big damage. Zonks tries to. Nice!
Oh!
It's rare! Alright, now here comes Zonk. Let me do something though. Oh man, he breathes on that's it. Alright, just take a nap. Alright.
Oh. Gets it overhead, but no combo afterwards. And now it's just a bit of health. That was the V skill 2, actually. Which is interesting. I've definitely seen much more V skill 1 Cody than 2. So that was a bit of a difference. I don't remember him using it at almost any other point in the set. So next up, it is going to be Wolfgang versus DiegoV.
This could actually be the time. I hope they have the contingency plan ready. The Long Island contingency plan. Because Marvisto wins the next one and Diego wins the next 2. Possible.
Yeah, but Marvisto either has to play Sakura or Blanka. So that's a bit of a toughie. And then Flux and Diego have a very storied history that I think Flux is actually ahead on. I'd have to like go back and super crunch the numbers for that, but I'm pretty sure Flux has a winning scoreline in that matchup.
Like I said, no stranger to this to placing high. Anytime you see the name in the bracket, you know that he's just gonna play well. Has those almost robotic item like reactions and play style. If you were able to analyze and just watch him, you know, do his work. But we'll see. Delzon definitely will have his work cut out for him against Flux, but they're not going to sleep on anybody. This has been definitely an interesting top 16. This is just on our winner's side too. So loser side right now is definitely getting cleaned up as far as matches goes. So once that gets settled, I don't know if we may be diving down into that, but looks like we're just getting all the winners on for right now on that. So those losers matches are going to play off stream and get caught up, and then when it's time, we can take a dive down there. But yeah, our next matchup here, Wolfgang against DiegoV. So pretty sure Wolfgang has fought his army onslaught of kins, so he has that experience. And now, what's interesting about this matchup is that both players are known for going a little bit wild, a little bit nutty, I would say. We know that DiegoV DiegoV has no problem throwing the fireballs, doing the tatsus, and we know that Wolfgang with getting the V-Traded 2 party started and just hopping everywhere. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't think either of these players are going to let go of the gas at all in this matchup. So this is like the unstoppable force meets, you know, movable object in a way. So we'll see what happens.
So as we load in, we'll have to see what skins we're gonna get. Character models we're gonna be watching tonight because we saw Diego deviate from his usual lime green Ken, opting for the Monster Hunter version. Which, by the way, every time I see a Monster Hunter skin in this game, it makes me want to go actually play Monster Hunter. They're just too good. They look too good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Iceborne. Shout out to the Monster Hunter Iceborne out there. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Oh, here we go. We'll see if Ken is able to hunt this rare tempered Blanka here that we got.
I'm actually curious about this matchup because we've seen Blankas here in the past win some really awkward matchups, but that's definitely a good start. You know, being able to crush counter to raw DP. I'm wondering if Diego is going to opt to do a more fireball game here, even though Blanka actually has some pretty good tools at getting around them.
Now, DelzonFire is actually doing a really good job of controlling this monster here, her Blanka. It would have been funny if he just Wolfgang put on his Nerfagante costume.
That's true, actually. Could be pretty fitting. Just a pixel.
He takes it.
Doesn't even matter.
Round 2. I think that outfit is like, man, can't really use that.
That's true, yeah, that is one of the CPT banned skins, because it just makes the character so different. But another strong start coming out from Diego, and already he's trying to play a bit more patient, a bit more, you know, safe. He is not being successful with it, though.
Oh, what was that? Went to EX, ball, and then did the jump back, and then auto corrected to the other side. Okay.
Hey, we take those.
Yeah.
So many counters.
Right, speaking of taking,
oh, he's stunned. He's dead. So we're going to be getting into round number 3 here between this game 1. And full CA available for DiegoV. Going to see if he's going to get the opportunity to use it. So dang Tatsus, man.
Yeah. Oh, we could have waited and got a bigger punish, but Wolfgang was already here. Yeah.
He was a little overzealous there. That would have been a massive punish there at that stage of the round. Getting a push counter and everything that goes with it. But Diego now much more successful on his slow game plan.
Oh wow! Oh my god!
Oh, that's done. Oh, not yet. One more.
Sources just to try to get this block off of it.
Oh, slide but no punish. Spends a little bit of EX to get that fireball spacing out. Does have another one on deck. Does Wolfgang, and he just lets it rip. That beat a DP actually.
Oh! Wow! Oh. Wolfgang made an amazing read, but he was still alive. Just barely a hair left of health from Cannon. Tried to go for the overhead towards the end, but he was waiting. Diego was waiting, so he was able to close that out. Got the punish with the standing light kick.
Round 1.
You're going to take game 1.
Right, now I'm going game 1. That was just game 1. Here we go. Starting off with a strong start again.
Been seeing really successful slides coming out from Wolfgang. Which is very interesting. You know, it's not necessarily all the time you see, you know, slides working out, you know, with how many slide characters are in the game. Although I feel like Dictator has some really good ones.
Good reactions to the blocking ball to punish him by Diego. Seems like he's just ready. I wonder if Wolfgang won't try to like at least bait out, because it looks like he goes for the mediums instead of the lights there. I would have put him back a little farther.
Little jump back there, doesn't get punished by the Blanka ball. Diego's starting to make some really good guesses now.
That's it, the Blanka ball, and gets the grab to close it out. DiegoV is on, set point right now, looking to put Wolfgang away. I did round start EX. Diego said, "I'm not having none of that today." All right.
Match does seem a little choppy, so I don't know if it's just me or if other people are experiencing some of that chop. Hopefully not the players, however, but it's Friday night.
This is chopped salad. This is chopped salad right now.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Everybody wants to log on to their favorite game, Street Fighter V. CFN with its hamster wheel of a server is really kind of struggling. Everybody knows how that works.
Had to change the hamster out on this one.
Listen, they got more than 20 players. They're up to 30 now. Hamster's is not quick enough. They got to upgrade to a gerbil. All right, the big swing coming down.
Wolfgang staying alive. Out of DGs. Let's go.
Does still need to win this to stay alive and bring it to a game 3. Diego definitely ready on these DPs though. That's just Tatsu out of nowhere.
He's going full in right now. But we're not going nowhere. He's just chasing this man down. This is a good one.
He has no more EX though, so we can't get another EX Tatsu. The activation gets punished. I think that's the first V reversal that's been hit by Diego. Everything else just gets like Blanka balled out of. Like this one. Exactly like that. Oh, he's dead.
The simple walk-up throw. They exhausted all his options there. Out of meter. Well, he did have one meter, but Diego's already in full control, and just like that, the match is chopped.
Just like that connection. But
Diego's gonna move on. Wolfgang not out of it just yet. He's gonna go down to the shark infested lower half of the bracket here, but Diego does move on. The LI boys are representing strong right now. I don't know if they're partying over there, the drinks, some good food, music playing. He's like, "Hey, yo, we're both in top 8. Hey!"
Gonna find each other in that winners finals. Somebody's playing on PlayStation, somebody's on PS4. One of us even got the Switch in the corner going, "Guys, what's the Wi-Fi password?" Because it doesn't matter. It's all the same connection.
We're having a good time tonight. But if they meet in bracket, I'm curious to see if that happens. I'm waiting for this contingency plan. Let's see what this contingency plan is about. But nonetheless, good stuff. DiegoV moving on. So him and Marvisto solidified their spots in the top 8 on winners. I believe next either we're gonna get Fluxwave and Delzon, or Spaceboy and Alex ...
So it's going to be Alex ... and Spaceboy. So it's another Blanka on the screen. They will get stuffed Blanka. But for now, folks, if you have not already done it, go ahead and click those Matcherino links for both Grand Blue and Street Fighter. You can use the codes Casa GBVS and Casa GBVS 14 and Casa SFV 14 as well in their respective Matcherinos to give free 50 cents, completely free, to our players tonight. It's essentially magic money. It just goes and it's there. Like, you don't have to do anything other than copy and paste the code, and our players are now 50 cents richer because of you. You just made that happen. Completely ignore the United States' coin shortage. Coins are bad. Okay, so just we do also have our Casa Teespring on the screen there. We have mugs, phone cases, that beach tote that's amazing. We have hoodies, sweatshirts, crew neck stickers, tank tops. We even still have our Pride merch available. You know, a lot of the bigger corporations axe that kind of stuff on, you know, July 1st. Not here. We support everybody all the time, 365, 24/7. We support everybody here. And we're going from Teespring to Teespring, says production.
But that sticker would actually look really good on my car. That Casa sticker.
I don't know if we have car magnets.
Look pretty good on that. I have to look into that a little bit further. Yeah.
Well, look at that! You can even get 10% off when you sign up for texts. So, shout out to Teespring, always there for us. We do also have the Patreon, guys. You know, multiple tiers there. You do get different rewards with each tier. The Patreon does support the staff here at the Casa. So anything as little as $1 does help us continue to, you know, bring you all of this hot Street Fighter action, day in, day out, week after week. Maybe not day in, day out, because there's a lot of days in the year. But if you do miss a Friday night stream of either Grand Blue or Street Fighter, you know, you get stuck at work, you get caught in a family dinner, your girlfriend's parents surprise you out of state, and now suddenly you're quarantined, don't worry, we got you. We got all of our VODs up on our Casa FGC YouTube page here. You can see there that we have 17 subscribers. If you do get us to 100 subscribers, there's definitely going to be something, because we'll talk bunch into it, but that also does give us the customizable YouTube URL. So if you have friends, you have the, you know, opportunity to do there, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, boost us up so we can get that YouTube URL and make us that much more official in YouTube's eyes. Shout outs to everybody in the stream. If 38 of you go ahead and click that subscribe link, we will be that much closer to the 100 subscriber there. So tell your friends. And once again, can't talk about it enough, folks. This is the Casa SFV Online number 19 Matcherino. I know it says number 19 there, but our code is actually Casa SFV 14. That is because the first couple weeks of the Casa Online local, we did not have a Matcherino, but they've been very sweet with us. They've been very helpful to us and have helped us out, you know, for the last 14 weeks, making sure that these players do have, you know, some pocket money to take home at the end of the night. So looking even right here on the front page, look at how easy those sponsor rewards are. It's retweet Alpha XSC2. It's retweet Chicago Tekken. Like, some of these people are people you would retweet anyway. Like, if you are any type of involved in Tekken, you're already retweeting that Chicago Tekken tweet. So looks like KO's already gone ahead and done all of them even. That's why we have our $6 here. They're all actually from KO. Shout outs to him. He's doing all the work here on the Matcherino. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're already retweeting these people, go ahead and click the link there so that you can help contribute to the pot tonight. We are still on winner's side. I dropped my slinky. And now we are on that sweet SpaceboyFGC versus Alex ... matchup. Sakura versus Blanka. That feels messy to me.
Doesn't feel messy. For Blanka, it's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little mudslide. The oil's all in the kitchen. You know, it's on the floor. You're slipping and sliding everywhere. Got to hold on to something. But you know what? I think there's hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, that's why the word upset assist exists. You know, it is possible. But I'm not going to count out Alex ... just yet. I know that he's a very, very competent player. Very good as far as adapting to his opponent. May have a slow start, but he's able to pick it up and get the momentum going within his favor. But we'll see how this goes up against Space Boy. Now,
Space
Spaceboy
Boy.
is a name. Spaceboy is one of the names that rings tried and true into the ears of thousands of the Space Knights. You know, I just made that word up. It just came out for me. But we'll see. We'll see how this Sakura and Blanka matchup goes here. So you guys are enjoying this action, winding it down to our top 8 here as we move further into the bracket.
Right off the back, both players coming in, swinging heavy buttons, taking each of themselves down to about half HP already, making sure that this is going to be a lightning match. We already have an activation from Spaceboy as well, actually.
30 seconds.
Yeah, he's
30-second activation.
Wow, such a good play. Catches the floaty, jump in with the DP. And something that Spaceboy does pretty effectively that I think is very different from a lot of players, granted it's a tool that not a lot of players have, is how often he goes for that air fireball to try and control the spot, especially against this Blanka. We saw him do like 3 in a row towards about the halfway point of the round.
Oh, caught him biting on the second ball there. Good stuff from Alex.die. But again, one of the things I want to say about Spaceboy is that he's really good at trying to force his opponents to like jump. He goes for that a lot as far as like his space fireballs, especially during activation. He wants them to jump in so he can get that golden DP. And like you said, he's one of the few Sakuras that has very good utilization of the air fireball.
He's doing it preemptively to try and prevent some of these Blanka approaches. You know, when we saw Diego in the matchup, you know, he's using a lot more DP attempts to try and block out the Blanka. And Sakura could do that, obviously still having a DP and stuff, but throwing out that fireball is a lot less committal. You don't have to worry about shorting it and then all of a sudden getting crush countered for 1 billion damage. You can just throw out the fireball and not have to worry about it. If it works, cool. If it doesn't get anything out of it, you're not worse for wear.
Big damage. One more guess is going to do it here.
There's the big commitment.
Oh, he caught up. The Blanka hop slide saved the day. Yo, all right, Alex. I see you. Oh, sorry, can't be biased here, but that was actually really good reaction, especially for the chase down. I know certain characters wouldn't be able to make it over there that fast, but Blanka is one of the few that can. So good stuff on that reaction.
Yeah, it's actually looking kind of tough for Spaceboy. He's losing out a lot of these small trades. Like even that trade, it did not really anything to Alex, but Spaceboy got chunked for it. And he does win these little engagements here. Like now he's back to the corner, he gets the throw. Before that, he got the nice little chip DP button, but now he's getting crush counter. That hurts.
Damage. And that gives him some DB as well. Get into the corner. All right, Spaceboy looking for the activation. Not afraid to challenge that. Here's the sequence. Oh, the simple walk-up throw. And Alex right now is on potential set point to put Spaceboy down.
And this is pretty convincing too. Like Alex has been running this bet, has been consistently winning these skirmishes, and Spaceboy's looking a little lost. Like he's doing some good things, he's doing some okay things. Like that there, like he gets the air throw out of the corner, sets him up for some pressure opportunity. He's applying said pressure, but all it takes is one Blanka ball to get out of the corner.
This shimmy is immaculate right now. Try to go for the read on the air rainbow, but Alex is just waiting.
Alright, activation.
Activation. Boy, no,
He's hit by the
this is activation. Rub. Alright, there's the DP. Spaceboy says, you know what? Let's go.
Goes to the
Don't play your game,
EX.
bro. If he gets a good confirm here, that could be it. But Alex denies it at the legs.
That's 2-0, Alex.
Oh, Alex?
Okay.
He said he wants that Casa tank top. That's what he's fighting for. He's fighting for that Casa tank top. He says he's gonna use the winnings to get one of those. Yeah. I see the plan. Wow.
Man, I don't know
Really
how recently that poll ended. The poll ended saying that Dot was going to take it over Spaceboy.
Dot.
But the chat vote